And we're back talking about the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Houston. It's a big asset for families, and growing up, it was a big asset for Houston Texans offensive tackle Josh Jones, who was a member of the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Houston. Tonight, he's teaming up with some elementary and middle schoolers from the Spring Branch area to do a holiday shopping event. Now, that's all on the hush-hush, but to tell us more about how this all works and what's so important about the Boys and Girls Clubs of Greater Houston is President and CEO Kevin Hattery back with us. Kevin, good to see you, my friend.
Good morning, Owen.
Thanks for coming back and talking about this. Yeah, this is so important. Obviously, Josh Jones, a little busy, had a football game yesterday.
He is, that's right. Yeah.
So we didn't have him here in the studio, but I know this is going to be really cool for these kids to get honored tonight. Why is it so important to bring together somebody that people recognize, a professional athlete, with the boys and girls that ultimately receive these blessings?
Well, again, holiday greetings to everybody that's out there, first of all. Josh is a great example. Remember, he's just in his mid-20s, right? So he's demonstrating to a lot of folks out there his own age, in that same age group, was like, it's important. He's already learned that life principle of giving back, and so we're very grateful for that. And in large part, he's had an experience. We call him a alum. He's a Boys and Girls Club alum, and so he went through the program, and he's been able to stay here in the area he grew up, went to Houston, and then now he's with the Texans. So they're just they're a great partner of ours, the Houston Texans organization, and Josh has taken it to a whole nother level and have an opportunity to go out with 15 children and tweens and take them shopping and get gifts that they would like to have for their own Christmas.
What do you think it means to the kids? I mean, obviously they love getting a gift, but do you think that kids at a certain age start to understand what's really happening, the fact that there's something important going on here, a shining example of what the holidays should mean and should be about? Yeah,
and for our organization, our formula for success is to take the children and the teens, and we create safe environments for them with caring adults like Josh and meaningful experiences. So they're going to understand what that's all about, and then that in turn leads to where we want them to grow into is having a great future. So this is just one example, and Josh is leading the way here with the Texans and demonstrating that with these young people.
Because they realize you don't have to be a professional athlete to do this, although in this case, Josh does.
Yeah, well, and when you think about our formula for success, it's really about leading to workforce readiness, and it could be working for the Texans, it could be the offensive line as well, but it's also about character development, which teamwork. Yeah. It's about healthy lifestyles and academic success, and those are all things that Josh is an example for these young people. So it's just not about the experience of the shopping, but it's really about who he has become as a young adult. And so again, we're just really grateful for what he's doing for the young people.
Well, he's really that example, because I'm sure there are children that are going to look at him and immediately identify with some part of his story.
Yeah.
That probably happens a lot.
Most certainly, and it's just not in the Spring Branch community, but it's throughout the entire region. Again, he grew up in Richmond, so he's a role model for the kids down there too.
You talked about the partnership with the Texans. What does that mean to you guys? Why is that so important?
Well, like many other organizations that support us, they've specifically wanted to become the first in the country to create a teen club, and so the Houston Texans Teen Club is up in the Heights area, and so they took it to a whole nother level. And so their organization, cheerleaders, football players, all come out and be they're part of the program. So again, Josh is part of a larger effort with the Houston Texans.
It seems like it's particularly important for teenagers. There's something that happens in adolescence that can make life very challenging for any teenager. Which just makes this even a little more important or more poignant, maybe.
Yeah, we know that post-pandemic, there's been a significant drop of teen participation in any sort of out-of-school time programming that takes place, and so we're putting a special emphasis on that. And really, the Texans help us lead the way 7 years ago when they created the Houston Texans Teen Club, and we're just going to keep going from there. And we have 3 other sites already, and of teen clubs, and because we know it is a critical time for them.
How do families get involved with the Boys and Girls Club that want it or need it?
Yeah, it's and this is a great time because you're thinking about going into the new calendar year in January, and so now's the time to sign up. So if anybody wants to check us out, go to bgcgh.org. That's our website, and it's just $10 for the school year that's coming up. And so we invite anybody to go get out there and get registered.
How important is fundraising to you guys as you go through these years and all the services you offer?
Yeah,
I mean, $10 isn't a lot for a family,
it's,
you know?
it's frankly, it's,
And it's
less
meant
than
that way.
It's 1% of our entire budget.
Right.
So the support from the community at large, corporations, foundations, individuals, really what provides these services and programs that we have in this community. So again, time of being grateful is right now because we can't do it without the community.
Yeah, and we can see the participation, and it's a beautiful thing. Good luck tonight. I hope you have fun.
Yeah.
We'll keep it on the hush-hush, but I know it's a beautiful moment for these families and a proud moment for you guys, too.
It is. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Kevin, for coming in.
Thank you.
Kevin Hattery, CEO and president of the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Houston.